What's happening, guys? Silent Mike Super Training Gym. Quick giveaway contest for you guys. I'm giving away $100 to Reebok.com, and I'm just going to need you guys to do two quick things. All you need to do is sign up at Reebok1.com. I'll have that link in the description. It's Reebok1.com, and all you're going to have to do is sign up. If you're a trainer or a coach and you sign up, you're going to get like 20% off or so your purchase. If you're just a regular gym goer, just like working out, and you sign up, you'll get like 10% off. But basically, it's free to sign up. They're just gonna need a little bit of info, but you're gonna get a discount on any Reebok stuff. That's whether you win or not. Then if I choose you to win, you're gonna win $100 towards Reebok.com. The other thing I need you to do is make sure you're subscribed here, and then follow Silent Mike. That's Silent Mike with 2 Ks, and Reebok1, O-N-E, on Instagram. Sign up at Reebok1.com. Get your guys self a discount. Follow Silent Mike with 2 Ks, Reebok1. Subscribe here. Chance to win $100, guys. Appreciate it. Bench press. What's happening, guys? Talking about building a bigger bench, the basics of strength and hypertrophy, growing muscle is all in volume. What you guys will see today, volume is set times reps times weight. The amount of weight we're using is moderate, even though our sets and reps are kind of high. My goal for the day was 4 sets of 5 and then a set of AMRAP, as many reps as possible at about 275 pounds. I am taking a couple weeks off, or I have taken a couple weeks off. So this is my first day back benching in about 2 weeks. Smokey has successfully benched over 400 pounds in a powerlifting meet. I'm currently doing his programming, and I think he has 4 sets of 6 or so with 305, which is probably like 70%. Then we throw on the slingshot for some extra volume, because like I said, volume is the goal. Over time, over weeks, first days, weeks, months, years, how much volume you can accumulate in your training will overall determine how strong you will be. Obviously, there's a couple more factors in strength: how efficient you are at the movement, overall size, calories, recovery. But if your sleeping and nutrition is on point, we're always working on our technique. Even if you're lifting for 2 days up until 8 years, you're always trying to refine your technique. Then volume's probably going to be your answer. The further out you are from a meet, Smokey and I aren't really planning on competing for a while. I may have a meet in June, but Smokey has a couple months yet, so he's just plowing away, chugging away. And the goal with our volume is not only just to murder our muscle to go to failure, but the point to build muscle and to build a bigger bench is that we want clean, fast reps. So even though Smokey maybe could do 2 sets of 6 at 315, but it would be all-out grinders, he's doing it with 305 pounds, so he could do it perfect. Taking a step back with that ego, half a step backwards so we can take 2 steps forwards in our progress for building muscle and strength. Obviously, the third factor, I already mentioned food, but the main factor of building muscle is to be in a calorie surplus, to be eating more food than you currently need to maintain your weight. The best way to I suggest often tracking your food. So once you track your food for a couple weeks, you'll understand how many calories you're eating daily. And if you're maintaining your weight, weighing yourself along with tracking, you'll understand what's going up or what's going down. If you're maintaining your weight and you're eating a certain amount, say 2,000 calories, and you're keeping your weight, then it's time to eat 2,250 calories every day. If your goal is to gain muscle, along with the volume, that's about all you can ask for. You can be as meticulous as you want, or you could be a little bit more easy going with it, but if you have a general idea of how much volume you're training in a session and how many calories you're taking in a day, those are 2 very easy things to point out when people ask me how to get over a plateau, or tell me that they've been plateaued in a certain lift, whether it's gaining strength or gaining muscle. Those are the first 2 things to go with. Me and Smokey were working in just us today, so it's good, fast pace, just going back and forth, set for set, almost rep for rep, even though my goal was 5s today. Smokey is a better bencher than me, but I have a little bit more experience programming, and I also think that everybody should get a coach. Whether you're very experienced or not, you have a unbiased eye taking you into account what you can do that day, that month, that year, that meet, and helping you build up your strength without you second guessing yourself.
But first I have to make a point of how wet Smokey is. That's one of the grossest, dampest.
That's from 15 minutes ago.
That was from benching 225. It looks like a dick this way.
Yeah, that's my
Even though that's your, oh, you sat that way.
No, that's my nut. That's a nut. Look, you're missing.
No, I'm looking at you.
You're missing the food. Yeah, see how my right nut is much bigger
Why
than
is
my
the crack
left
so
nut.
thick? Is that because your cheeks are small or
This
big?
crack?
No, like this is the crack actually.
No, that's my penis.
It's not.
See the shape? See how it doesn't, there's no curve at the top? It just goes straight like an elephant.
Always trying to have a good time, always trying to work hard, but that doesn't mean that you have to act like a dickhead or be so serious all of the time. The goal is longevity. The goal is to realize that we are blessed to be able to train. We are lucky to be able to train. It is a luxury to be able to exercise. It is a luxury. It's something we should respect, no doubt. But we're lucky enough in our society that most of us have enough food. We have a roof over our head, that we get to train a little bit. We love it, so we get to do it. We do it with our friends. I often suggest to anybody trying to reach a real goal or to really fall in love with fitness to find a community that they feel closely with or that have like-minded people there. Everyone at Super Training is trying to get stronger, trying to get faster, trying to get better, trying to get bigger. So that's why we train together. I think that was my AMRAP set. I ended up with 10 or so, which is not a PR, I don't think, but for taking a couple of weeks off the bench, 10 with 275 isn't too bad. They weren't the cleanest reps in the world, but like I said, I had to take 2 weeks off because of travel and sickness, so I'm not too mad about it. I'd love to get my 275 up to maybe 12 or 15 reps, and I think I probably will in this upcoming prep on my mission to bench 405. That is the goal, ladies and gentlemen, a 405-pound bench. Even though my technique, I feel, on the bench is pretty solid, it just happens to be a weakness of mine. I've never been a very strong bencher. Squatting and deadlifting has come a little bit easier to me, which is another reason why I think adding the extra volume of not only the slingshot but per session is something that will carry me a lot further. The more efficient you are at the lift, the more your genetics allow you to be good at that lift, whether it's leverages wise. If you have very short arms, or a big chest, you're likely going to be a very good bencher. For one, those are your strong body parts, and for two, your technique has less deviation to go wrong. You're less likely to be shitty technique if your body is born to do that lift. Similar to a deadlifter. If someone has a very short torso, very long arms, and maybe moderate legs or shortish legs, chances are to pick up the technique of the deadlift will be much easier for them than somebody with very long legs, a very long torso, and very short arms. That person's going to have to take a lot more time, and they have a lot more parts to figure out and get in line before they find the proper technique for their body type to get through that bar path. That's why I say whenever a coach or someone says this is the only way to do something or that is the only way to do something, they're often wrong, just because so many humans are built so differently. Smokey has spent a lot of time building up his bench. He has big arms for his body weight. He has big chest. He has a big back, big triceps. Those all are great assets to have, but it's because he's put in the time to build those. He also has shortish arms. His bicep is kind of a short lever, as well as a bigger chest, which does help benching, but it takes years and years and years, reps and reps and reps, to build up the amount of muscle that Smokey has. And it's something he hasn't done in the squat. So me and him are just plowing some volume on the squat, and I strongly suspect that a squat, he'll hit a nice PR. I don't know what he's doing in the background. We're talking about titties right there. We're talking about him getting jacked. Because with the bench, it's a full body workout. It's a full body exercise. Whether you think it's just pecs, it's chest, shoulders, arms, back, and even legs to stay tight. Those titties. Titty. You know what 2 Chainz's name is, right?
Titty?
Titty Boy.
Is it really?
How's his rap name?
How do I get that name?
You're pretty close.
Like
I'll call you Titty Boy if you want. I'll call you Titty Boy if you call me Daddy.
That's so dirty.
Showing you guys a little bit of our accessories, typically 1 day a week. I'll bench heavy, competition bench, and then I'll get into some dumbbell press, whether it's flat or very slight incline like this. I bench twice a week, so on the other day that I bench, it's a little bit lighter, often a little bit less volume, a little bit less weight, and then I'll finish off with some military press, barbell overhead, as my secondary movement. I just did 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 here. I did push the weight a little bit because I hadn't pressed in a long time, so I think I got up to, these are maybe 100s or 110. This is the time where form matters, but what I'm trying to do is isolate my pecs a little bit. So you see me kind of short arming it there, but that's what feels best for my shoulders. Afterwards, you can get into any kind of accessories like I mentioned. Chest, shoulders, arms, back, and even legs and general tightness helps your bench. So I like to even myself out. Since we're pressing so much on the anterior, our pecs, our shoulders, everything gets a little bit tight. I like to do a lot of back workout, back exercises on my bench day to even that stuff out. You saw Callie working in with us. She did some floor press today, just a variation of the bench that can often help the bench. So she did some dumbbells with us, back. I also did a few chin-ups after this, and then finished with a little bit what we like to call the fluff and puff. So I did a little bit of biceps, a little bit of triceps, but the main goal is always the bench. And then if I have energy, if I got all my work done in the bench, then I'll move on to the accessories. Guys, be sure to check out that contest. I want to give you guys $100 to Reebok.com. Follow the 3 steps. Simple as that. Thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to share it so a friend can enter the contest. And that's it, guys. Like that bitch, share that bitch, subscribe to that bitch. I'm out.
Let's go!